That's LAPD flying over. That's group stalking by the state. Smart janitorials in relevant position, making noise in the staircase. The light source is over the apartment, and this is what they're engaged in. Not only are they group stalking relevant position, they're monitoring what I just finished uploading to the Google Drive. This is the internet. This is on a communication device. This is the Title 18 criminal conduct. While the entity is maintaining relevant positioning, keeping you under surveillance, maintaining the specific environment, even inside of your private space, that is the unlawful presence of the government maintaining constructive presence inside of your private space. Okay, that engineered light is no product of the natural environment. The government is stalking you via that unnatural environment. And right now, acting via smart janitorial, that's the prosecution of that company that is systematically engaging in the P.O.C. with the state that just flew over my apartment, and the light source is hovering over me. So I want to show you that because you already saw it in images. I took pictures at 10:30 showing you what's not possibly the sun over the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court at the same time. While I'm standing, you also saw images while I was at the back of my apartment, and Rafael Lopez and his wife are group stalking coming down the stairs. Let me be clear, that's group stalking where they know where you're at and meeting you in the path, and you know that because of the unnatural environment. Those demons are engaged in hovering, stalking behavior. And it's systematic, and they are in the sky space as well. It's 11:24, and so I'm showing you what is not only group stalking, I'm showing you what is federal stalking on the venue of the internet. This is the light source that's directly above my apartment. Okay, so what you're going to recall, first of all, is you just heard the amplified audible activity of the helicopter. That's the highest threat by the state that's stalking you. Doing so while they are being documented. That is the criminal act of obstruction of justice, harassment, terrorism underway, while that entity that is monitoring you is also keeping you under surveillance online via communication devices, meaning all the people of the state that are group stalking you are also monitoring you on the venue of the internet. So you are surrounded electronically, you're surrounded physically, you are surrounded in every way. They also surround you with audible activity, and then they surround you with light activity. That is terrorism by a demon-possessed population who is monitoring, and it is demonic activity. What else I'm going to point out to you is not only is this not the sun, the natural environment that could possibly be over me while I am documenting the maintenance of the light source on this day in 2022. Pay attention to my documentation. The entity is maintaining the light source over my apartment at 1810 North Alvarado, I'm at 1806 North Alvarado, where the so-called sun was rising, which was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 4 hours. That's the light source right above me. Same apartment, that's P.O.C, okay? That's the pattern of conduct. All right, so I want to be clear. Not only is this showing you what is the pattern of conduct, of course, that's not the sun, as I documented on this day in 2022. That was the pattern of conduct that I was documenting then as well. I'm also going to point out to you the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department heavily documented engaged in group stalking in Palmdale at 11:24 in the morning. I'm inside of Holiday Inn, a third-party facilitating venue at 5th Street and Palmdale Avenue. That is not sharing the sky space directly above my apartment at 11:24, where you're also listening to the audible activity of demons affiliated with the Los Angeles Police Department who are engaged in state surveillance. All right, that's also the hallmark that is corroborating the ongoing documentation of the criminal system that I was subject to in Palmdale. Tracy Banks, the people of the state, group stalking. Sharing a hotel room, which is a private space with the people of the state, because that's what Tracy Banks represents, that's a sex offense. All right, you have not consented to the people of the state, which represent the government, to occupy any space with you. That's a threat to your life, all right, to your privacy. And it is literally what is the government's most potent means of threatening you and everything about your life and the details of your life, which you would not ordinarily, and you have a right in the United States not to share your so-called private information with the government that doesn't have any probable cause or warrant to invade that privacy. 11:24 a.m., this is the light source that's directly over me at 1806 North Alvarado Street, apartment number 6. You're going to look at the video that I will upload again because you're going to understand what is the system of group stalking underway in the state of California, what is demonic activity, what the demon-possessed look like, what they act like, contrary to what is depicted on movies and in television, which I want to be clear is a deliberate agenda to have you look any other way except at the demons that you are encountering on a day-to-day basis, all right, in a very specific environment. And it is also occurring while the light source is remaining for the duration of the day. So you already know that that was never going to be the sun. It's impossible to be the sun over the San Bernardino Superior Court at 12:47, about an hour or so from now, or at 10:30 in the morning when I'm capturing it outside of my living room window right here at around 10:30 in the morning. This is where the entity is stalking in helicopter. Indeed, this is where they were flying, stalking, terrorizing, exhibiting to the world demon possession for 47 minutes by flying in a circle. That same police department is flying over over me, where this is not possibly the sun, over the Holiday Inn in Palmdale, California. This is occurring in the in the workplace, and the entity that is sending text messages to you is engaged in operation of your communication device, knowing exactly where you're at, doing so under the guise of what is work having to do with a third-party company or business, amongst third-party group stalkers who are monitoring you while on the job. Systematic facilitation, that is, grounds of federal prison, all right? That's what they're doing on my phone. That's what they're doing in relevant position, i.e. Carlo Lopez, okay? This is the P.O.C. So I just want to make sure that I document that. They're monitoring what I'm uploading onto my phone, exhibiting, understand they're doing more than one thing. Not only are they engaged in monitoring, they engage in the criminal elements of monitoring while you are documenting them on the internet, uploading it, publishing it onto the internet. They're also engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring, which is demonic activity. But the criminal elements of monitoring have a direct impact on the operation of your communication device. They do it to engage in obstruction of justice, to interrupt your ability to operate internet, your phone, which is relevant to your very life and safety while you are uploading online to the internet, which is real. You have a real-time emergency. You're not going to the courts that are facilitating venues where you will not get justice, where they're monitoring you there and seeking to obstruct justice. So they are engaging in more than one criminal act when the entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct while you are in the process of where a federal investigation has already been initiated, and that is occurring where the target individual has began documentation, which that demon-possessed corrupt entity is very well aware of, because they're monitoring on the venue of the internet, which has also been demonstrated by the pattern of conduct. All right, it is currently, again, 11:31 a.m. That's a sex offense that is simultaneously being committed by the state that's stalking by helicopter. Smart Janitorial is here, engaged in their systematic facilitation in the staircase. The entity is, all of them are together watching me expose every aspect of their criminal system while they continuously pose an impermissible threat relevant to federal prison. All right, and it is, again, right now 11:31 a.m. and that light source is over me, and that's nowhere near what is the natural environment while I remain at third-party facilitating venue Holiday Inn in Palmdale, California, where I documented the evening prior the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department exhibiting to the world, number one, their demon possession, the fact that they are unfit to be in the positions that they currently hold, that they should be, and this is grounds federal stalking, which is terrorism in the United States, is grounds of being disbanded. All right, and you're talking about federal prison as well. Being in that position, engaging in this criminal pattern of conduct, it's inevitable you're going to federal prison for that. So I want to be clear, it's again 11:32 a.m. and this is P.O.C.